So, far away Nisha, have you ever won anything for free?
I don't think so. I'm not that lucky.
Oh. Over the years, McDonald's has spent millions of dollars on advertising its shitty burgers to us, the public, and for the most part, it's worked out. A notable exception to this was 1984, when a confluence of bizarre decisions on behalf of McDonald's resulted in them giving away millions of dollars worth of their own products.
Alright, so to start with, what happened in 1984?
Well, what happened in 1984 was the Olympics, and McDonald's decided to get in on the action and sponsor the Olympics, which is probably one of the things I'm most baffled by in regards to the world of sponsorships, that the Olympic Games, a celebration of the pinnacle of human fitness and like what humanity can achieve when it dedicates itself to a specific sporting pursuit, is sponsored by fucking McDonald's, Coca Cola, and then Heineken sometimes, is it?
I think so.
Like beer companies, fast food companies, like Coca Cola, like the fuck? But anyway, like McDonald's decided to get in on the 1984 Olympics and sponsor the events. And in addition to this, try to entice their American customers to get excited for the games with the allure of free food.
Okay, so what was the deal that they had?
Well, the deal was pretty simple, actually. It was during the Olympics and for a short while in the lead up to it, if you bought virtually any item on the McDonald's menu, you will be given a scratch card on which there would be a random in big air quotes here, event. And if America placed in that event, you would receive a free item off of the menu. And I believe the specifics were, if America got a bronze in the event, you'd get a drink. If they got a silver, you get some fries. And if they got a gold, you get a Big Mac.
Or keep your cards, and when the US wins your event, you win a Big Mac, regular fries, or a Coca Cola.
Well, yeah, that does sound too good to be true.
Yeah, it does sound just a little too simple, right? And behind the scenes, McDonald's had made a concerted effort to put their thumb on the scale and tip things slightly in their favour to limit the amount of free food they were going to hand out. And they got a statistician to look over the medal table for the 1976 Olympics and use the information they gleaned from that to decide what would be put on these random scratch cards you got.
So you said that they used the medal table in the 1976 Olympics.
Yes.
But not in the 1980s.
Yeah, and eagle-eyed fans with an ear for days might be thinking, well, why was that? And that's because America didn't go to the 1980s Olympics. They boycotted them, allowing the Soviets and their allies to completely sweep the medal table that year. And as you might imagine, the Soviets weren't all too happy with America boycotting the Olympics that were held in Moscow. So what they did is they in turn, along with those aforementioned allies, boycotted the 1984 Olympics.
The Soviet Union will not be taking part in the 1984 Olympic Games to be held in Los Angeles.
Something McDonald's internal statisticians apparently didn't account for.
Alright, so why would you say that?
Well, I think the easiest way to demonstrate this is with hard numbers. And in the 1976 Olympics, America won a fairly impressive 94 medals. And it's on these results that those random scratch cards McDonald's handed out were based. However, because the Soviets and their allies did not turn up, America was basically free to dominate nearly every event to the tune of 174 medals.
It's a lot of medals.
Yes, America dominated that year's Olympics because you didn't have the Soviet gymnastics squad. You didn't have, even small countries like North Korea, who also boycotted the games in solidarity with the Soviet Union. They were like ping pong powerhouses. And they weren't there. And who the fuck else plays ping pong? So America won that event. So it's like crazy. And basically, almost every single scratch card McDonald's had printed off ended up being a winner, which resulted in like millions and millions of dollars worth of food like going out the door that they weren't earning any money for, which in of itself was pretty bad. But thanks to a frankly baffling decision on behalf of McDonald's, it got just a little bit worse.
Alright, so how did it get worse?
Well, do you know those scratch cards I talked about? The ones that had the random event on? Almost all of which were winners.
Yeah.
Well, McDonald's made the astoundingly stupid decision to hand out those scratch cards with the free food people were winning.
Oh no.
And because of this, there was the very real chance that you could win, say for example, a Big Mac, go to McDonald's, claim your Big Mac, be given your scratch card with an event on it that America had also placed in, get another free item of food, which also came with another free scratch card, which could also have an event on it, which America placed in, resulting in another piece of free food and another free scratch card. And this daisy chain effect resulted in people like walking in with like one scratch card and walking out with tens of dollars worth of McDonald's food for free. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but times that by a couple million, and then you start to get some big numbers. Also, yeah, I know McDonald's food isn't great, but it was free, and nothing tastes sweeter than free. And there are reports from people who were around, like, you know, at the time this promotion took place, saying like, we ate McDonald's for 2 weeks straight. During the Olympics, we only ate McDonald's and we didn't pay for any of it. Like, we went for one meal as a family before the Olympics, got all these scratch cards, and from them just kept getting more food. And like places like colleges across America were like fucking loving this deal. He's like, yeah, you could buy one burger and you have a chance to win infinite free extra burgers. So like, it doesn't take a genius to figure it out, does it?
Let's say, well, you would not take advantage of that. You'd have to.
But it's free, isn't it? Like, just think about some of the deals like that get done today that people have to take advantage of. Like, when McDonald's does those free Coke glasses.
Oh, God, yeah.
I will go out of my way to get a McDonald's, like, in that promotional period, to get the free glass. And that's just a free glass. Imagine if the deal was, like, you are pretty much guaranteed more food for free. Who wouldn't take that deal? And the answer is nobody, because it was free. And as you might imagine, internally, McDonald's were all kinds of pissed about this because they were giving away millions of dollars worth of free food. And while they didn't reveal how much money they lost during the campaign, presumably out of embarrassment, there are reports of some McDonald's locations running out of buns and other ones which ran out of Big Macs entirely. And just think about that for a moment, about how many they were giving out for free for them to completely run out of the signature dish. It's been like mocked in the world of business for many, many years. One of my favourite nods to it is in an episode of The Simpsons where they have a flashback and they show that Olympics, and Krusty the Clown does a similar deal with Krusty Burger. You have that great moment where Krusty's off camera asking his managers, okay, so how much money am I going to lose from this? Like, oh, don't worry, we've rigged the promotion so that all the scratch cards list events that communists always win. It's like, oh no, wait, the Soviets have boycotted the Olympics. You personally stand to lose $50 million.
Soviet boycott? U.S. unopposed in most events? How does this affect our giveaway?
Let's see. You personally stand to lose $44 million.
Oh!
And I always thought, as a kid, and then as I grew up and watched that episode, like in reruns and stuff, like, oh, that's really stupid. What a dumb thing. I can't imagine something like that ever happened. And then I learned, oh, it did. Once again, reality proving that it's stupider than fiction. And do you know what my favourite part about all of this is?
No, what?
It's that McDonald's had to just sit there and be like, yeah, it's great. We're really happy that everyone's getting excited about the Olympics, because you know that in the 1980s, there was no fucking way they were going to go out there and tell people, look, we gave away a few more Big Macs than we'd anticipated. Oh, why is that? Because we expected the Soviet Union to beat America at everything. Which to me doesn't exactly scream, we believe in America. So at the start of this video, Nisha, you mentioned that you've never won anything. Like, is that true? Like, you've not won any, like, no free prizes? Like, even during, like, the McDonald's, Monopoly thing? You're not winning yourself, like, any free burgers are out?
Well, as we were talking about the Olympics and stuff, I did remember the Monopoly, and I was like, actually, I have won a fucking apple pie.
And no one eats the apple pie.
No! That's all I ever win.
And this might be like one of those Mandela effect things, but I distinctly recall early in the days of that promotion, you could win items on the menu that also had McDonald's Monopoly tokens on them. And you could get like a similar daisy chain effect going on of buying a meal and then winning another meal with it. But that might just be me misremembering and just like, combining multiple experiences that I've had. But I distinctly recall a mate of mine buying like one drink and winning a cheeseburger. I was like, oh, cool.
Nice.
And then like with his other one on his like drinks at like 2, with the other one, won some fries. Like, oh, I got a meal and I only wanted a drink. I guess I'm having this now.
Oh, it's reminded me of you could get a free burger with your student card when you got a meal.
Oh god, that deal was awesome. It's like every time you go for a meal, get a free cheeseburger. That's fucking sick. I got so many fucking cheeseburgers out of that. I'm tempted to just join university again. Just like I do a distance course, just get a free cheeseburger from McDonald's. It's like, so is there anything like deals or promotions that fast food chains do that you always take advantage of? Because one for me is the Angry Whopper at Burger King. And if I ever see that Burger King's doing the Angry Whopper, I'll be like, fucking get an Angry Whopper. Put that shit on the menu permanently. That shit, it's awesome. It's like my favourite thing they do, and they only do it like once a year. It's like, fuck you. Is there any items like that you think that you always get when you see them?
Again, with McDonald's, the double quarter pounder.
Ooh.
That, I really like that. I mean, some people think it's quite stodgy because there's a lot of beef.
Yeah,
I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
There we go. Nisha confirmed for liking half a pound of meat. Done. Perfect. There's the headline for this one. But right, it's as well when they do the deal of like 20 nuggets for like £2.
Oh yeah.
When I see that deal, I'm like, I've got to take it. I don't even want nuggets, but it's 20. And I'm so bad for like when I go to the shop and I see something, I don't want this, but it's like really cheap.
You know what? Adam does the exact same thing. He will go to a shop, see everything in the reduced section, and will just get it because it's cheap.
It happened to me the other day. It's like I'm trying to cut down on eating bread. Hopefully people can tell. I'm trying to slim down just for you guys at home. And I saw like a 4p giant Krusty roll. I'm like, oh, it'd be so good with some cheese. And I went, and it's 4p. And I looked over and saw like a block of super nice mature cheddar that was going for like 40p instead of £2. I'm like, oh no, I can make this massive cheese sandwich. It's like the world is tempting me. Just like this king sandwich staring at me. I can't do it. So I just got like my bottle of water and left.
So the best thing if you're going to get a Krusty bread roll is if you get cheese as well, and like ham and pepperoni and all that sort of stuff, put it in the oven and grill the cheese in it. It's so good. Oh,
that's strong. But like one thing though, I always do because I just like getting a good deal is when you get a meal deal. There's nothing I'd say like there is no feeling more orgasmic than when you get a meal deal and it comes up to like £7.50 and then you press the thing on the auto till and it comes up and it applies the discount and it says £3. And you're like, oh, I did it. Like I go and I'll pick out, okay, what I want. So people don't, Americans are like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's many shops in the UK do these things called meal deals where you get, usually it's a sandwich, a snack and a drink. And it's about £3, £3.50. Some shops do £4. Those shops are called rip-off artists. We don't talk about them. And there is nothing more infuriating to me than when people go and get like a can of Coke, a cheese sandwich and a bag of crisps. It's like, that comes up to less than £3 on its own. If anything, you're paying more.
Yeah.
So you've got to go in, you've got to get like the full Southern fried chicken wrap at £2.50. Then you get like the protein shake at £2.50. Then you get the packet of chicken at £2 and just get chicken.
I sometimes get the triple sandwiches, you get cheese triples.
Oh, yes, you get 3. But they always have like an egg mayo in there. So I don't want this egg mayo sandwich, but it's extra. I just love that group on Facebook. Just rate my meal deal. And it's just people roasting each other over how shit their meal deal is.